Yes, this is the Round Circle with your host, the Fifth General, Zaccheus and Cinemascapes. What's up, y'all?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's good? What's good?
Yeah. So, last week we had episode 1 of season 2 of the Round Circle. Today we're gonna get into something kind of similar to last week, but a little different. So, if anybody has been listening to us, whether it's through Mrs. Z and Fifth podcast or the Round Circle, we have addressed a particular issue pertaining to a movie producer, Harvey Weinstein. So, turns out that after all of this waiting, I think going on a year and a half since he's been accused, he's gonna, supposedly the ruling is going to be that he's going to settle out on a 44 million settlement to charges of rape and sexual assault,
And he's not even paying it,
which is crazy. Cinema, you go first. I want you to speak on this, man.
Well, when we talked about Bill Cosby before,
Yeah.
we kind of all alluded to that everybody else was going to get a slap on the wrist.
Yep.
That we
Except
didn't
him.
care.
Right.
Right. Except Bill.
Mhm.
And we didn't care if Bill was going to jail if he was guilty. We already had established that.
Right.
We just wanted everybody to go to jail.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so basically, it's a, you want me to take it seriously, it's a joke.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's privilege. And, we've already covered that on the show, so I don't even have to go deep into that.
Right.
But it's like, it's a ridiculous double standard where Bill Cosby only had one assailant taking him to court. And this dude had how many? Countless.
Oh, countless. Yeah.
And only one person's going to stand up and do a separate lawsuit, which is Ashley
Judd.
Ashley Judd. Yeah, I want to be correct.
Yeah.
Ashley Judd, kudos to her.
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to let him get a slap on the wrist. But, this kind of happened before when I was younger, a time called the 70s, where we had all these women's movements, and then it kind of fizzled out in the 80s. And is the Me Too movement fizzling out? Has it lost its steam? Or is nobody interested anymore? Or is it just against certain people and other people get to go scot-free?
Yeah.
The Me Too movement is ineffective against, oh Jesus, never mind. Okay, here's where I want to go. I was gonna say something that might have got me in trouble.
That's what I'm just posing.
Yeah.
Those are just opening thoughts, because we don't even have to go, because we've already addressed the systematic and the things in our broadcasts over time. So you just got to go back. We've discussed, this has been hanging over our heads for a year and a half. So we've been waiting to see what happens to him, and basically nothing. And basically some sort of insurance is going to pay that money for him. That money's not even coming out of pocket.
Zaccheus, are you surprised?
I'm not surprised at all. Cause let me tell you something. When I've been hearing about Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby was on trial at the same time. Same time Bill Cosby was going through his thing with the trial. The same thing. Harvey Weinstein was like at the same time. Was going through it. So I'm a little bit. I'm not surprised.
I need you to go a little deeper than that, because let's not forget the first case was dismissed, and then they retrialed Bill Cosby. How about that? So the fact that he can get tried twice, and Weinstein hasn't even been tried once. How about that?
Exactly.
Look at that. Yeah.
Speak to that, Zaccheus.
Yeah. So it just goes to show you that the Me Too, even with the Me Too movement, is always like they knew Bill Cosby's he's a black male, so they're gonna he was trying to elevate himself, and he was trying to get somewhere. Harvey Weinstein has clout too, but we know We know who's going to be getting the slammer compared to the other one. We know that already. All three of us know that already.
Yeah, he got a different kind of clout.
See, yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just look at his.
Yeah.
His last name.
Do we have to spell it out?
Yeah. Just read his last name. Anyway, so
exactly.
So here's the thing.
Exactly.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. So I wanna actually give a shout out to Ashley Judd on this particular issue. I don't know where she's at politically and socially anywhere else, because there might be something I don't like about it that I don't know yet that somebody might want to school me on. But let me just say on this particular issue, let me give her a shout out. Exactly. So far, Ashley Judd and Rose McGowan said that they are not included in this $44 million settlement and civil suit. I'm just trying to figure out, why was this a civil suit instead of actual criminal charges? Because there were criminal accusations. When you accuse somebody of rape and then you get tried for a civil suit, that means you want money. That's usually what that means. Go ahead.
Or in some cases, the rape charges wouldn't even stand because it's been too long.
Well, nobody didn't use that, and now it goes back to the Bill Cosby thing. That wasn't used with him.
Which they only had one person, which was last minute,
right?
And basically, they used the tech. It's ridiculous. Hold on, I got to give myself. Yeah. Number one, after the first trial, the statute was gone, but since the first trial happened, they used that for the second trial. Yeah. Like I told you, living here in the Philadelphia area, like just south of it in Delaware, in the Philadelphia tri-state area, when someone won a political race, that was a promise and it was a vendetta of that political person, to get Bill Cosby. And that was part of his platform. And so basically, initially, they didn't find enough to try him on. Then the first one, nothing came of it. And then they came hard. And all of a sudden, it's like, who do you want to get and who don't you want to get? But when you're dealing with the criminal justice system, it's been like this for years. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have any money and you're in that system, you're usually going to be found guilty 9 times out of 10, unless it's ridiculous,
Right.
Right. It's not fair. It's not just, even though it's called justice. Criminals just us.
Criminals just us.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
I put a plug in. It's not my music.
Yeah. But you were involved in a project, so we appreciate that.
Yeah.
But it's look, I just feel like this. So look, I just find it interesting. The Me Too movement, I'm very disappointed in them because, like we were saying off here, how come y'all didn't the same energy that y'all had on Bill, the same energy that y'all had on R. Kelly, the same energy that y'all had on Michael Jackson. Where is it for Harvey Weinstein? Oh, I'm going there. I'm going there. Zaccheus.
Yes.
Now, you remember when we talked about the documentary, the Surviving R. Kelly docuseries?
Oh, yes.
And we said, how come Lifetime didn't do a Surviving Harvey Weinstein documentary? Or how come we don't? Why is it that we have Finding Neverland documentary, but we don't have a documentary about Kevin Spacey?
Exactly.
Come on now.
Exactly.
Come on now. And then there was some retracting going on with the. To keep it brief, there was some retracting going on with the Michael Jackson one because he talked about the year that he got touched, and it turns out that Neverland was never even built in that year that he talked about. And then where did Oprah go? Oprah went back into her house
and then deleted that interview off of YouTube.
Exactly.
And then
HBO said
quietly stopped showing that documentary.
Thank you. Let's talk about it.
Wait a minute. Oprah deleted the interview with Michael Jackson?
No, with the guys
Oprah
who
interviewed the accusers.
Jackson. Oh, them.
Yes.
Oh,
that she had on YouTube to go with that documentary. Yeah. She was first. Her interview disappeared. Mm-hmm. It went off her channel. Nothing ever comes off of Oprah's channel.
Oh, she quickly deleted that one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but she only did that because she was embarrassed. Because we have to understand that Oprah, other than her being she's a billionaire, but she's also a journalist too. Mm-hmm. So from a journalistic standpoint, I know we kind of forget that with Oprah because it's been a while, but that is the problem here. So it kind of embarrassed her. Mm-hmm. Number one, she should be embarrassed. And then my whole thing is Gayle King and Oprah have had friendships with, and there's picture proof of this, with Harvey Weinstein. And I don't understand why there wasn't a Good Morning America or Good Day America, whatever the heck Gayle King show was on, of her interviewing Harvey Weinstein. How come that didn't happen?
Yeah. Where's the footage of that?
Yeah, it don't exist.
Yeah, find the money trail. Who has money tied together into their businesses? How come the Harvey Weinstein company never changed their name?
Yeah, the only update we have on that is that he don't run it no more. But still,
it still bears its name.
Exactly,
it still has his name, and they didn't take it off yet. Weinstein, yeah. So
and you getting cheddar. Even if you ain't getting cheddar from the company itself, you're getting cheddar when someone's using your name. Well, we know that in the business world.
This is a man who had a reputation of really rubbing women the wrong way, literally and figuratively. So the thing is that now this man gets to drop $44 million and just be on his be on his merry way.
Exactly. It ain't even going to be an L for him because it ain't coming out of his personal cash.
I mean, there's video footage. Now, Zaccheus, remember that episode? Because we went in on that episode, on that surviving the industry. And remember, we did. Remember I said there was audio tapes of a woman that Harvey Weinstein was at the hotel, and she said he was trying to get in the room, and she said no. And then he said, "Why?" And she said, "Why?" And she said, "No, because you touched my breast." You know, she had an accent, so that's why she sounded like that. You touched my breast. She said, "Right." That's why she had. Wait, hold on. That's not funny, but anyway. So she. Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm only laughing at the accent, ladies and gentlemen, not the action. Okay. So she said,
"I'm laughing at the reenactment of the accent."
Right, exactly, because I'm silly, but so that's what happened. Yes. And then, you know, it's like if Ashley Judd and Rose McGowan and who else? There were several celebrity women. If their names are not big enough to take this man out, that should tell you something. It also should tell you this too. In the realm of white supremacy, this case also proved to the women, listen, y'all don't run nothing over here. Y'all can go ahead and y'all can go over here and incriminate black men and get them locked up. But you ain't gonna get us locked up. That's what this case tells me.
Yeah, exactly. With the Jewish, well, let me tell you something. He got some kind of clout, man, because no trial, nobody talking about. Oh, he's looking at some time. Nobody talking about that. Wow.
Son, they're calling this. Listen, the media is very crafty when it comes to this man. I want you to see how protective they are. When Bill Cosby, the media said Bill Cosby is going to jail for rape. There's articles here for Harvey Weinstein where it says that he's going to settle due to sexual misconduct. These words have meanings to them. So basically what they're trying to say is, man, he ain't raped nobody. Now Bill ain't raped nobody, but you had no problem throwing that name around. Everybody called Bill Cosby a rapist. Did they or did they not?
Yes, they did. And guess what? I got so tired of hearing that even people that people that your coworkers or whatever talking about, oh, Bill Cosby, yeah, he should pay for what he done. He did this and did that. But nobody mentioned a word about Weinstein. I noticed that.
Well, his name got swept under the rug. I'm gonna tell you how much of a problem this is. This didn't even make the same headline news and mentions the same way Bill's was. Now, some people are gonna say, well, to the eyes of the general public, Bill Cosby is more of a household name. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we could argue that, but okay, fine. So you say he's a household name. Mm-hmm. You're saying he's more of a household name than Harvey. But here's the thing about Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein has been accused by women who have household names. I'm not just talking about Ashley and Rose McGowan. If I'm not mistaken, Gwyneth Paltrow's name came up, and a couple other names came up. And then there's a lot of women out there. Here's the thing. So we talked about Bill. There was a lot of women out there that was on Dr. Phil. Remember this whole campaign? I just want everybody to pay attention to the campaign rollout that happened with Bill. You had all these women on all of these talk shows talking about they was standing up in court. They was getting
all that stuff.
They was getting on The View. They was getting on Dr. Phil. They was getting on all these shows. And then when the court case came around, where was these women? They wasn't even talking. They was getting book deals, and they did not want to be under oath. Even Janice Dickinson admit, oh, you told your story different in the book. Why are you telling your story different here in court? Oh, because I wasn't under oath. Okay, so what are you telling the truth or are you telling a lie? Well, what I said was for the book, but what I'm saying right now is the truth. Okay, so what did you say in the book? Was that the truth? Couldn't even answer that right. So if you was lying then you lying now. So all I'm saying is to all those people out there that was calling Bill a rapist, and let me just say this. I don't defend no rapists. I don't care what you look like. The point I'm making is if you're going to call Bill a rapist, then I need you to call Weinstein a rapist.
That's all we're saying.
That's according to, well, I don't want to go, Jesus. Let me not get us sued. According to the articles, and everything that came forward from these women, it said that he was allegedly accused of rape. So I'm only going by what the news said. I ain't going by what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is I just want them to keep that same energy. So, Cinema, let me bring it back to you, full circle. Where do you see this going now? Do you think Ashley Judd...
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just going to unpack a bunch of crap.
Yes, let's do it.
And y'all could get mad at me, but I done worked every industry that's entertainment, from the NFL to movies to everything, is like this. If you're an artist, or if you're an actor, or if you're an athlete, you don't have the power. The upper people have the power. In Hollywood movies, the producers and the filmmakers and the studios have the power because you as an actor don't get work. In the NFL, the players don't have the power. The owners and the thing happens. So if you kneel, you don't get to play. If you're in the music industry and you go against them, you kind of get blackballed and have to take the independent route. So basically, everyone's backing off now, because now when the rubber hits the road, their check is on the line and their future working. There was an actress, Elijah Dushku.
Elijah Dushku.
Dushku,
yeah.
Right? That's the correct pronunciation. I always mispronounce her last name.
It's all right.
She was on a show recently on CBS, and she alleged that the star of that show sexually harassed her, and it got cleaned out. A co-worker of that star from another show that I watched came out and defended him, even though she didn't work with him on set on that show, and she got no action. She was on social media, but it was like she was shut out. But this isn't the first time something like that happened to her with her in the industry. She had just came back to working, And you didn't hear no Me Too outrage. I saw her reaching out to people, and nothing came of it. She's out of a job. The show continued, yada, yada. What we have here is a gross double standard. You can touch them, but you can't touch him. Because if a show or an actor is making somebody money, they're not going to get touched. If you're going to collapse something where a lot of people are getting paid from it, you're not going to get touched. Like the NFL. They did their thing, but quietly they settled. They settled with Kaepernick and what's his name? But it wasn't
Eric Reed.
It wasn't, Eric Reed. But it ain't publicized because they want to save face because at the end of the day, it's about money.
Well,
if you're working, the
NFL made Eric Reed and Colin Kaepernick sign non-disclosure in their agreement. They had them sign non-disclosure clause.
Exactly, because they don't want it to be public. And they want to keep their image to keep making the money they want to make. And that's the problem. Because it's because they were players in their contract and what you have the agreements. All this stuff is in place when you work in entertainment industries. Like when you sign a contract, it's stacked against you. And if you violate any of that or, the confidentiality, if you release an album under a label in a basic contract and you talk about that album negatively, you can get sued by that label. And that's you could buy books with the basic industry contract. So what we're dealing with is a machine that's already in place that has defenses for these type of things. And so they will get swept under the rug. If you're an individual trying to ascend there, like Bill Cosby was, like he was trying to buy NBC, you don't have those defenses. They're going to come and take you down. It's also geared so it takes out their competition.
So it's all about money.
Of course.
It's always,
the love of money is the root of all evil. Yeah. Give me money. The love of money is the root of all evil. And the whole thing is a lot of these people getting ripped off, artists and stuff, these companies rip people off so bad that even if they paid them something decent, they wouldn't be poor. But it's greed. And so if I'm linked up with a moneymaker, I'm going to do what I can to save face. Because, watch, after this is over, that dude's going to be back at that company. Mark my words.
I believe you. 100%.
Because this isn't the first time this has happened.
He'll just start a new one.
Right. No, they'll let him back in. They'll give him the right to buy it back. Or he'll start another one and he'll buy it.
Well, his brother runs it. So he could easily be brought back in, but I think for the sake of people dealing with it, for the sake of the family's name, first of all, they're already looking bad reputation-wise, right?
It doesn't matter because if there's no consequence, 2 years from now, no one's going to remember it but us.
Well, okay.
People who really care. You know how it is.
Right, I know. Let's go a little deeper because we're not mentioning this part. Okay, there are what do you call these people when you are associated with a crime but you're not the person who did it, but you're
accomplice,
right. Okay, so that company is full of them, and his brother is accused of being an accomplice. And when this settlement comes in, not only is they letting Harvey off the hook, but they're letting everybody else off the hook who was involved.
Right.
So that would mean security looking the other way, security walking away from a room just so you know what's going on. Exactly. People who set up these deals to we're gonna have this woman meet this place and this place. People who was buying alcohol, drugs, whatever they needed to do to get these women in a position to get sexually assaulted allegedly, they're all off the hook too. Now, me and you both know with this whole all-in laws is that if one of us get in trouble and they find out all of us have something to do with it, even if they don't find out if we all have something to do with it, because of affiliation, they will come after everybody. What they're basically saying with this is, all right, he gonna go ahead and pay us $44 million, and the rest of y'all can have a nice day. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, and then the whole thing is you have insurance to protect you for these things, so the insurance pays it. And because there's so much money in this company, in films, in casting, and so much stuff, if it falls, a lot of people are gonna lose what? Money. And so it has to keep chugging, even if he's not at the helm. Tell me he's not making the decisions, because he's the brainchild of it. I mean, that thing, that company does a lot in film and putting films and stuff, and a lot of studios lean on that company. So we kind of already knew this. Mm-hmm. So it's like if you're in the industry, most people already know it, but no one cares, because if you're gonna come out against them, you're gone.
Well, the Judd family, Zaccheus, we talked about this. Mm-hmm. Ashley Judd comes from a family of first of all, she's the daughter of a country singer and a sister of one. Right. Okay? You got Winona, who's a known country star, and her mother, country stars. So I feel like the country music community, even though Ashley Judd didn't sing country, but I felt like the country music community, whatever the heck community that is, they should get behind them. They should get behind the Judd family when it comes to this case. But I'm going to go ahead and say that they won't, because I'm pretty sure they rub elbows and shoulders with that of a Harvey Weinstein, probably. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Harvey Weinstein has a hand in some of the record labels and all these. I mean, he got his hand in Hollywood, obviously, but I'm pretty sure he probably got his hand in the music industry too.
All you gotta do is call a friend, and the friend calls the person up to the office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
walk away.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
What can you do? What can you do?
Yeah.
What can you do, even if you want to help? What happened? What happened?
Yeah.
Stuff happens on shows all the time. What happened to the original Aunt Viv? What eventually happened to Harriet on Family Matter? What eventually, and they just keep it rolling and keep it moving.
Yeah. Yes,
that's the entertainment industry for you. It's like what happened to my main man after Iron Man 1? He turned into Cheeto.
Terrence Howard. Yeah, Terrence Howard could have been War Machine.
Exactly. He never got to be.
Or what they do with you in some sitcoms is they like what happened to James Evans.
They kill you off too.
Good Times. Yeah. Like Good Times, James Evans, he had a little conflict with the cat, I guess directors, so they,
they kill you off.
Yeah, car accident. Yeah, mm-hmm.
They did that to Valerie. And that's how the Hogan family became a show. It used to be Valerie, and then it was Valerie's family, the Hogans. Then they just changed it to the Hogan family. They killed her off and brought in Sandy Duncan as the aunt.
Yeah,
keep normal. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, I think everything
it's
is
like,
okay, yeah.
And come on, this is the 80s. So imagine now, 2019 with more sophisticated stuff. There's legal thing. You sign those contracts and all that stuff.
Oh, yes.
If something's hot, it doesn't matter to keep rolling. It's like the original Superman. The original Donner, Richard Donner was directing it. He had a disagreement with the Salkinds.
Mm-hmm.
Superman 1 was a hit. Fired Donner. They were filming 1 and 2 together. They brought in Richard Lester, to finish Superman 2 and move on. Even though Donner came on famous with the Lethal Weapons, 16 blocks and stuff, but he wasn't working with them no more. It's not like career ending, but you're done with that project, and we're moving on. And that's how it is on a lot of things. Like record companies just did it. Oh, you're done. When Kesha was suing that producer or whoever he was, they tried to bury her into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna move on from this topic. Any last words about this, Zaccheus?
Zaccheus, yeah, because I done talked.
Yeah, it just goes to tell you that when you have clout and you have power, even if you're a superstar, and you have a name. You're a superstar. You have a name. Like Cosby has a name. He's a superstar. Everybody knows. Most people that born and raised in America, or not even born and raised in America, know who Cosby is. So
yeah.
So even him that had a name couldn't stand against. But Weinstein, like we mentioned before, like we mentioned a little earlier before, had the clout and the power and had the industry. So therefore, I believe, this is what I believe, that he's gonna walk. I believe he's gonna, it's gonna brush it under the rug, and it's gonna blow over because nobody's even talking about this. It comes on the news.
You mean
nobody's?
You mean besides the settlement, when Ashley Judd decides to file her criminal charges and have an actual criminal case against him, that he's gonna walk free from that too. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I believe so too.
Yes. Because this was going on for so many years now. Two
almost 2.
Yeah, almost 2 years
Pretty
now.
much.
So, it didn't take Bill Cosby too long to get into the slammer. It didn't take him that long.
No.
Not that long at all.
Yeah.
They threw that brother and they locked him. I don't care how old he is. 80-something years old.
They arrested that man in court. So I mean, after, they took him the first time they was like, no. The second time we getting them. Some people say, now we all know the law says you can't do double jeopardy, right? No.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That only when it comes to certain people. See, that wasn't the situation with Bill, so that's why he gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the NBA Finals. I'm sorry. Let's move on to the NBA Finals. I want to try to end this show on a good note. So we got the Warriors and the Raptors.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Nah, just kidding.
That's funny. Now.
Oh wait, Kawhi's there. That's why. That's right.
Exactly.
Kawhi Leonard. Yeah.
Now, for the first time, we have a team in the USA versus a team in Canada.
Yes.
Same organization, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So they feel that there's a sense of pride into these finals that has never been in any finals before. Where it's so basically they're trying to market this as a USA versus Canada situation, even though it's the same NBA. So on a scale from 1 to 10, Cinema, how exciting is this playoffs?
I think the Warriors are going to win in 5. Straight up. The whole no disrespect, because Kawhi's going to get his.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
The excitement. Come on. Y'all trying to get back at us for taking Canada from taking hockey from y'all?
Yeah.
Y'all used to own us in hockey.
Yeah.
Now we got some skills.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy for Toronto too. I love Canadians, but come on.
I think it's good for the organization. They was.
I know it's good, but it's still the same thing.
Yeah,
because it's like you're getting there to lose to the Warriors. That's how I feel. So I'm
Well, that's
I'm gonna go
any
out
team
with
in
my
the
dad,
East.
go watch the game.
Yeah,
have some chicken wings and stuff. Chill with some of his friends. But I think am I barring something?
Yeah.
Man, because the whole thing is this: you can't do a wall against 5 players who can score. You can't do what you did to Giannis and them. And then no disrespect to the 76ers, but the struggle against that team, to where it comes down to a bounce. Come on, Portland is not a scrub team.
Right.
Portland is a very good team.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trailblazers always been a good team. Yeah.
Right. And the Warriors dispatched them with major pieces injured. And then Iggy got injured during that series.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
15, 17 down.
Kevin Durant.
Because these guys it's not even that Toronto's not a good team.
Right.
The Warriors got 5 years of experience doing this.
Right.
And they've done it many different ways. They've seen everything.
Yeah.
They used to have to fight LeBron all the time.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, you know, LeBron used to get his against them too, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Hey, he was.
And we talking about LeBron averaging a triple-double one finals.
Yeah.
And it wasn't enough.
It goes to tell you that Golden State has multiple talents on that team. It's like Thompson, you know, and the list goes on, you know.
And most of them were drafted. Durant was the only one signed, and Boogie later.
Well, it's they're a dynasty. I mean,
definitely.
If you could win 3 championships, how many they have 3, right, in this era? Golden State. Okay, so if you could win 3, so you've basically that puts you in the modern day. Oh God, no, not okay. This puts you in the same circle as the Shaq and Kobe Lakers squad.
Right.
So now these guys are on the verge of getting their 4th one. I don't like seeing matchups in the playoffs and in the final. Well, okay, I don't like seeing matchups in the finals per se. In the playoffs, you can't help this, but in the finals, I don't like where there's no comp. So these guys are gonna basically somewhat breeze. The Raptors can get swept. They could. Now I think they can win 1 game. I think the game. You know what? I'm gonna actually go ahead and take a wild guess. I think the Raptors can win game 1. And that's it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I think they can win game 1 at the Oracle, and then they're gonna lose every game after that.
No, Raptors got home court. Because they got the second best ranking in the league. Yep.
The way how this thing is looking.
Game 1's in Toronto.
Yeah.
Okay. I stand corrected.
They cannot just lean on Kawhi Leonard.
Go ahead, Zaccheus.
Yeah, they can't just lean on him because their defense Raptors defense got to be tighter than that because they're in. Oh man, it's just. I'm gonna look and I'm gonna watch it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it because I'm a fan of the game. But
I love basketball. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm just saying, man. I mean, I will not be surprised if the Raptors get swept. I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna be so surprised.
I asked Cinema a scale of 1 to 10. How exciting is this matchup? My score is a 3.
I'll give it. Wow. I'll give it a 5.
You'll give it a 5
because. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Klay Thompson has a chip on his shoulder, not making an All-NBA team. That is an insult. This man is a defensive monster. He has not even made an All-NBA defensive team. Are you kidding me? He drops 20-something guarding the other team's best player. And I'm sorry, Kyle Lowry, who disappears.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just enjoy. I'm excited to see Durant voted second under Paul George, and we saw what happened with playoff P this year.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. You know, you're getting voted less, and y'all are killing people, and you think it's together. And then now, when Durant's not there, you see that other people have just been deferring. It's scary. And Durant's not going to be there at game 1. I'm kind of excited. Because I want to see how are they going to stop this motion offense and the ball moving. Remember, LeBron and them said we couldn't even practice Golden State simple, and we weren't used to it until we played them 1 game in the finals.
Well,
that's out of LeBron's mouth to the press publicly.
Wow.
Look, I'm going to tell you why this playoff is – I'm going to tell you why I gave it a 3.
I know.
Because these guys are going into the finals – and do you know that when I turn on the sports media and all sports news, whether it be Fox Sports 1 or ESPN, do you know that they're talking more about free agency, LeBron and the Lakers, and Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis more than they're talking about these finals? That should tell you something.
Yeah, I mean, today I was reading something. I was like, wait a minute, Kawhi Leonard is already getting. They're already talking about Kawhi Leonard leaving the Raptors.
Yeah,
like, what?
And possibly.
I'm like, wait a.
Right, and possibly going to the Clippers or the Lakers. What I'm saying is that.
I'm like, wait a minute. Why didn't I talk about the? Okay, I'm like, okay, they're not talking about the finals, but okay.
Well, because they know how this is gonna go, and the finals matchup is so uninteresting that they have to talk about other stuff. You know what I'm saying? See? That's what's so crazy about that. They got to talk about other stuff. They can't even talk about what the game that's ahead of them. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you something. It's so bad. Somebody had to fill me in because I didn't know. I thought game 1 was today. Somebody had to tell me that game 1 was Thursday.
Exactly.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Because there's no hype and interest.
Exactly.
No, nobody's talking about it. No, but
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be the finals is this team gonna get swept by Golden State? Now, LeBron and them were 8-1 against Golden State the last 2 years. So think about that. And they just swept Portland.
Right.
Without Durant, without Boogie, without and you saw their bench will get it.
Well, see,
because they're ready.
Now, DeMarcus Cousins is supposed to be coming back in this series. Durant is not cleared to come back in this series. When Durant first got hurt, when Durant first got hurt, they said that he could possibly play Game 6. Now, Game 6 of the finals, man, it might be over before Game 6.
Yeah,
and a lot of people are going. They're gonna come at KD so hard because what they're gonna say is, yeah, you was out, but you gonna still go ahead and collect your ring. Well, you can't blame. It ain't like he caused his injury, but I'm saying that's what they're saying.
Stephen A and them need to stop because KD been dropping 30-something and carrying.
He been averaging
when everybody's been hurt.
Yeah,
remember early in the year, Steph was hurt when him and Draymond had the fight. Yeah. Come on, son. Everybody's contributed on this team. Injuries is part of the game. But the whole thing is with KD, you're going to kill him. But it's like with KD not being there, people are not used to defending the Warriors' old style offense because they haven't seen it in that many years.
Well,
which makes it scary.
You know what's interesting? Even though this team didn't make it to the finals, I believe when it comes to matchups that the Sixers has the best chance against a Warrior squad.
They don't have a bench.
They don't have a bench.
You can, and that's how the Warriors kill everybody. The Warriors bench comes in, and no matter what, Steph is sitting down. Clay sits down for a thing, and when the fourth quarter comes, Steph to close out a team. Steph played overtime in the whole second half because Durant's not there. But that's not normal. But that he was playing for 9 days off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so they rest. If you're gonna beat Golden State, the fives are comparable.
Right.
Where everyone loses is when you sit down.
Right.
Now, I think Philadelphia needs a better coach in what they had. If they would have let some of that come off the bench, Philadelphia would have been better. But the whole thing is when it all starts, that's all you got. Philadelphia does match up, but I'm saying for the whole game, all Golden State needs is one lapse, and if they get a run, the game is over.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you're down by 20 and you could come back, imagine if you get up by 20. And the team can't match you in firepower. That's what makes them dangerous, is because you're back to their original core, which they drafted, and they're still busting people.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Well, let's look at the matchups, right? So, Kyle Lowry versus Steph Curry. That's not exciting. Another key matchup,
and Clay is probably going to be defending him anyway, even though Steph can,
right?
Because to lock him down because he's the second scorer.
Draymond Green is going to try his hardest with Kawhi, but we know Kawhi is still gonna get his. You know.
So you said Draymond Green and
Kawhi, right?
Yeah, well, you got Draymond Green versus Kawhi, but but Kawhi's definitely gonna get his. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, on the other side, all right, Zaccheus, we got a lot going on your end. A lot of noise.
Oh yes, sir. Yeah. I'm getting ready to. Okay.
All right, we're gonna wrap up the show, but the matchups are like this. It's looking one-sided. And really, all it does is speak to the unbalancing of the league as far as key players being with certain teams. We all know that the West is stacked. The West has been stacked since I was a kid, even during the Jordan era. It's just that the Bulls were stacked. But the West was always a stacked conference.
Right. It was always harder coming out of the West.
Exactly.
It always has been. And then on the East, it was like the Knicks, and then Indiana got in there a few years.
Right.
But, the Knicks were one of the few teams that can take the Bulls 7. The Bulls would come through the East and just tear people up. But that came from them getting slaughtered by the Pistons for years. Right. Now, the East was stacked in the 80s when I was growing up, where you had Boston, something. Atlanta was a good team, but with everybody else, they just couldn't get nothing going.
Yeah, they couldn't. Yeah.
But the East hasn't been stacked since the 80s.
Well, the East had, so growing up, the East always had the best guards and swingmen. We best two guards, small forwards, point guards. The East was stacked with that, as where the West had the big guys, had the centers, the power forwards. They always had the big men. And
Shaq went out west too from the East when the East had one.
Right. Also, the West was known for. The West has always been known for pairs. There was always a duo, sometimes a trio. There was always, the West was always known for that on multiple teams. Stockton Malone, Gary Payton and Sean Kemp.
Nash and Amari.
Clyde Drexler and Clifford Robinson. People sleeping on that one. You know what I'm saying?
Gary Payton and Sean Kemp.
Yeah, Sean Kemp, yeah. And then as the time goes on, we've always had pairs, and there's always was a 1-2 punch or a 1-2-3 punch on the West growing up. We still have that now. That tradition still is now. This is why we wanted LeBron to stay on the East, just so the East could at least have him there, because the West had everybody. Right. So, all right, so we're gonna get up out of here. Zaccheus.
Hey, what's up? Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and next episode. By then, we'll have game 1 of the finals, and then we'll touch up on that, and we'll have a new topic next week. All right. So, any last things y'all want to say on today?
Oh man, yeah, it was a good show, and we all know about the result of Weinstein.
Yeah.
And and we're gonna continue talking about the NBA finals too. So we good, man. Brothers.
All right, give out your social media. How can they find you?
You can reach me at Twitter at Wayne Backus 2 on Twitter. Also on Instagram, Zaccheus B Sanitary on Instagram, and also on Facebook, Wayne Zaccheus Backus on Facebook. Blessed love.
All right, Cinema.
Okay, Cinemascapes Music on Facebook, Cinemascapes Music on Instagram, regular Cinemascapes on Instagram, Cinemascapes on Twitter.
All right, y'all can reach me at the 5th General, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All right, we're going to get on out of here. This is another episode of The Round Circle. Peace. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
In here, Grease.